So you want to leave the top, or what do you want to do with the top?
No, I want to trim it at least a little bit.
You want to do scissors? Or do you want to do a guard?
Scissors.
Scissors. So you want to do like as much as I can grab?
Yeah.
Hands. Okay. And then you want to do like a mid, low? Midish, lowish.
Or low, yeah.
Low fade.
A low skin fade.
Oh, cool.
Same thing we did with the beard, bro.
That
shit was perfect.
It looked nice, bro.
Yeah, let's just do that from now on.
Okay, so you want to do that? So kind of just freehand it and then kind of take all the stragglers out, pull them out. Cool. Let's do it. All right, guys, let's get into it. So my client Chris, he has fairly straight hair, and it's straight and it's also very thin. As you can see, you can really see the scalp, and this is already overgrown. This is about, I want to say, 6 weeks grown out. So we're gonna do a midish, lowish fade on him, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly my method when it comes to the mid fade. And he does also have a prominent callic right in his hairline, and I'm also gonna give you guys tips on how to go about that as well. So for starters, he did want to go fairly short on top. Typically with finger length, it's whatever you can grab with your hands. That's essentially what a crew cut is, and I think it fits him very well, especially for his hairline. We're trying to keep as much as density as we can. So the first things first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet his hair, and then from there I'm going to create a profile section. Then from that profile section, I'm going to create the mohawk area, and that's essentially what's going to be my guide for the whole entire haircut. And then from there, I take horizontal sections and I just follow that guide all the way through. I'm not really worried about the roundness or the head shape, just because he wants it fairly short anyways. So this will just give him that more natural contour to his head. The reason why I chose to go finger length with whatever I can grab with my hands is because when you do a buzz cut, you reveal all the unnatural dips and twists and all the crazy stuff in the head. So I definitely feel like when you do a crew cut or use scissors, it definitely gives it that textured and that more fuller look, in my opinion. So try it out and let me know what you think. Okay, guys, so now that we got the top done, all the sectioning is done pretty much with the top. I'm drying it off, and like I said in the beginning, he does have a calic in the front that I want to address, and that I want to show you guys how I do it. So really blow drying the hairline down will help that calic sit straight, so that when you line it up, it won't be so hard. So now that the hair is dry, you can clearly see the cowlick on the hairline. It has like a wave pattern going towards the right, while the other ones go towards the left, and it has a very, very thin spot in the middle. This is why I decided to blow dry it first before I continue anything. So right here, I'm lining up the C-cups. One of the things you have to keep in mind when lining up C-cups is that his hair is super thin, so it will be easy for you to push him up. So be very mindful when you're doing this technique, because I'm telling you, like, by the time you realize it, you're gonna be up in his hairline with the C cup. So right here, I am showing you guys an indication where to start the low fade. Use about a comb width from where the ear starts and the sideburn starts, and then just follow it all the way down to the occipital bone. It's that easy. Don't overthink this part. I feel like a lot of barbers overthink this, especially when I was like starting off. I always overthought my guidelines, but it's just a guideline. You're gonna fade it out anyways. It doesn't matter how you set it. It doesn't matter how straight it is. Just put your guidelines in and move on. So yeah, like for a low fade, a rule of thumb is it has to be underneath the occipital bone. That's how you know it is a low fade, when it's underneath the occipital bone. And don't do it so like low to where you can't see the blend, and don't do it right on, and don't do it right on the occipital bone to where like it looks like a line, because the shadow of the occipital bone is going to create that contrast. And obviously, like if you blend the line out, you're not going to have a line there, but when the sun or the light hits it in certain directions, it's gonna show as if there was a line there. So keep that in mind whenever you're doing low fades. I know low fades are very hard to do. A lot of my barber friends swear that they hate doing low fades. Personally, for me, I love doing low fades. I feel like I get more creative and I have more expression when I do a low fade, because it's just that contrast that I love. The contrast is like the key thing for me. Like, if as wide as the scalp can get, I will do it to create that contrast. That's essentially what it is. Essentially what you're doing. So keep that in mind, and I'm hoping these pointers are helping you out to some degree. It helped me out when I started cutting hair. Doing low fades in the beginning of my career, I really hated doing them. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I told myself the things that I don't like doing are the things that are gonna make me great. Remember that the things that you are avoiding as a barber are the things that are gonna separate you from everybody else. And in 2025, realistically, there are so many barbers out there now where it hasn't been no easier now to stand out. As long as you're doing the bare minimum, like showing up for your clients, going above and beyond, over delivering, you're gonna win every single time. So keep that in mind, barbers, and do the work. Now we are moving on to the infamous shaver. This part, for some reason, I feel like most barbers mess up, and here's why. They take the line, the bald line, all the way up to the guideline, and they wonder why they can't get that guideline out. So if you're noticing the way I'm doing it is I don't even go as far as the guideline is. So I leave a little bit of stubble, so that way when I'm blending, it creates the contrast that I keep saying. So the closer you get to the guideline, I want you to go with the grain opposed to against the grain. When you're shaving with the shaver, you're always going to be going against the grain. But when you're blending, you're going to go with the grain. Yes, you can blend with the shaver. I don't know if you knew that, but when I discovered that, it was game changing for me, because that's when I knew my fades were going to get so much better and so much more blurry because of that. Going in hard with my Babyliss FX1s, lever all the way open. And with thin hair, you really want to compress those guidelines. Don't go above a ½ inch, and take your time with thin hair, because it's not forgiving. Okay, it's not gonna forgive you if you mess up. You're just gonna keep pushing that fade up higher and higher. So right here, I am doing about a ½ inch, and I'm following all the way from the occipital all the way up to the parietal ridge, and just keeping that guideline compressed as far as I can. Okay, so I'm going lever all the way open, and I'm hitting the spots over and over again, just because I want that consistency. With thin hair, you want that consistency. Sometimes when the hair is this thin, it doesn't really feed into the clipper all that great yet. So keep that in mind. I don't know if you guys didn't know that with thin hair, sometimes the hair is so fine that it doesn't feed all the way into the clipper. So it's important for you to have that consistency when you're blending. So right here, I'm just going in with lever all the way closed, and I'm not even going no more than like a 0.2, like, you know what I mean? So I'm using corners only. I'm not even using my whole blade. Like, you shouldn't even be using your whole blade when you're blending. You shouldn't be using your whole blade, because when you use your whole blade, you're just gonna create more guidelines, and that's not what we're looking for. And with thin hair like this, you're gonna create more guidelines. And I keep saying this with thin hair, because thin hair is not forgiving. I'm telling you. Okay, so now we're gonna get technical. Now we're gonna use the #1 guard. We're gonna close it, but not all the way. So when you close it, open it 1 notch, and just follow that from the occipital bone all the way to the parietal ridge, which is close to the sideburn. And again, you're looking for consistency here with thin hair. So keep that guideline compressed as much as you can. Okay, guys, use your corners only, and go back and forth if you need to. Take your time, okay? So back in the day, it was like 2016 when I got into the shop, and I remember one of my first clients in the shop was somebody with thin hair, and I remember he asked me for a low taper, and I gave him one of the worst mid tapers of my whole career. If I have a picture, I'm gonna put it up here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But it was not good, and these are the things that I wish I knew when I started cutting hair, was consistency with thin hair. Sometimes the hair is so fine that it doesn't feed into the clipper all the way. Being patient, not all hair texture is made the same. I mean, that's an obvious one, but when you're starting off in the shop, you're taught to follow one method, but every single hair texture has a different method. Okay. So right here, all I'm really doing now is I'm just compressing that fade even further with the half guard. I'm blending in the one open to the half that I did with my clipper. This is what I'm talking about, being patient and not attacking that top bulk. We're not there yet. But right now we're just working on the compressed fade, which is from the 0 to the 1, and then from there we're gonna work our way up. So now we're gonna be doing a number 3 guard, and I start high like this because of how thin his hair is. Okay, and we start at the parietal ridge and we flick all the way back to the occipital bone. Don't move on until this is done. Okay, especially since his occipital bone sticks out like this, we need to hit the occipital bone multiple times just to make sure that there's no flyaways. Okay, so just keep these things in mind. Okay, so now we're moving on with our 1.5, and we're gonna blend the 3 into the one guard open. We're gonna flick in and out, and I start with the occipital bone first. That way this gets taken care of, because this is gonna be the hardest piece to blend in. Okay, guys, because it is the thickest piece of his hair. Is gonna be anything behind the ear is gonna be thicker. So that's kind of why I started behind the ear. And now I'm taking my time keeping these C cups dark, because my client doesn't like enhancements at all. Like, he just doesn't do them. So my thing is, as long as I can keep that contrast and make it look like there's enhancements in there, it's gonna be super crispy. So this is how you do it. You graze the 1.5 to the C cup and just work that in there. Go in and out. Use your corners only of the blade. Now, typically, my rule of thumb, I always like doing a 4 guard on the parietal ridge to kind of see how the hair's gonna react, and his hair reacted really well. So I'm gonna blend from the 4 now to the 3 to the 2 and the 1. As you can see, the blend's coming in together very well. Even if the hair is thin, it does not matter. You can make anything pop just by following these steps. So now I'm using my 1.5, and I'm going in and out with my corners only. And you see this dark spot right here? I'm gonna close my lever all the way and just work that dark spot. Don't move on until that dark spot is completely erased, because if you keep moving on to different things, you're gonna lose focus and then you're gonna forget. Trust me, I've been there, where you're in the shop all day and trying to get cuts in and out. That's not what we're doing here. We're trying to build trust with our clients, okay? We're not trying to rush our clients for their money. We're trying to get them to trust us so they can pay us more. Okay, guys? Alright, guys, so this is how I approach a lineup that has a cowlick literally in the hairline. A lot of barbers will literally shake in their fucking boots and their fucking shoes when they see shit like this, but this is how I approach it, and there's literally no reason for you to be scared. So first things first, you're going to line up the hairline in the middle. That's going to be your base, your guide, and you're going to follow that all the way to the left and take small strokes. You don't have to rush this, okay? Take small strokes and don't move on until that thing is super straight. And obviously you're gonna have to cut into that cowlick. There's no other way. to make this straight. So you might have to push your client a little up just to get that crispy edge up. And I know what you're thinking, Paco, why am I gonna push my client up? Well, this is called the professional pushback. If you don't know what that is, you're gonna learn real quick that you're gonna have to express yourself and be creative and be a professional when these moments come up, especially in the shop. You're gonna find yourself in these moments where you're gonna be like, damn, like, what do I do with the callic that's right dead center of my client's head? Am I going to pass this client on, or am I going to do my best and give him the best on the sharpest lineup that I can? Obviously, you have to communicate these things to your client as you're lining up, but that's the thing with these separate hairlines. You have to be communicative. So right here, I'm just pretty much following what I did to the other side, and it's fairly simple, honestly. You have to have that mindset that things are simple. Like this is easy, and if you mess up, that is totally okay. You're gonna be fine. Your client's not gonna not come back. As long as you're communicative with your client, that's all that matters.
I wonder how I look with a go-to.
When you want to do it, let me know.
Man, I am. What am I even gonna tell my girl either?
Just gonna get home, and be like, you know what? I'm done. Can't do it. I've been wanting to I've been wanting to shave off my beard, but like I'm scared to see what's underneath.
I know.
I know. I'm scared to see what's underneath the bro. Like I don't know.
Well, like bro, like I want to too, just so I can fucking like
regrow it, right?
Regrow it, but like also like fucking wash my face, like my skin.
Yeah.
You know?
I told myself maybe one day when I lose weight. When I lose weight one day, I'll do it.
I just had the wedding going on, so I really don't got much going on this coming up year, like where I need my beard, you know.
And not only that, I also want to get my daughter's reactions.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be hella funny.
Yeah, I want to get their reaction, so it's like.
I've seen those videos.
Yeah.
It's funny as fuck.
And there you guys have it, a low fade on super straight thin hair. If you guys liked this video, please don't forget to subscribe and like. And if there's anything that you've seen in this video that you feel like it helped you, please comment down below on why it helped you, and if you need more help on certain things, please be clear, because I am here to help you guys. All right, guys, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.